All right. What I'm going to take on here today is actually getting the ATI super dampener installed. I'm just going to show you what's in the box and, you know, show you everything that we have to go with it. The instructions, what comes with it, some of the tools I'm using to get it installed, the belts that actually come, the belts that you need because the factory size belts are different to get this thing installed and make it work. So hopefully we can make that happen here. So what comes in this is a center plate that actually goes over the crank end like this. All right, everything gets bolted together onto with the dampener. There's bolts. I have a new crank bolt, blue Loctite. Here is the two belts. Smaller one's probably for the alternator. The larger one's for the air conditioning and the power steering. All right. This is what it comes with. It gives you a little advertisement here. All right. Here's the instructions. They give you 2 or 3 stickers here. A little sign thing of who actually assembles it, and the instructions. T45 red Loctite. I got some blue Loctite, so I'll have to grab some red. But this is what we got. I'm going to double check and make sure I have everything. Basically, we're going to get these opened up out of the bags. Take a look at this thing. See what's it say here. Blue Loctite on T40 bolts here. Do not use a 3-jaw puller. So, rebuild schedule. Rebuild dampener every 10 years. Blown or nitrous, rebuild dampener every year. Ooh. So, this is supposed to help with some of the harmonics and vibration in an engine and high RPMs. Since we're planning to rev this up to a 7,500 RPM red line, and we have the balance chain shaft assembly deleted, hopefully this will eliminate some of the harshness of the vibrations that are caused from that in this engine. So I'm kind of curious to see how it works. All right, I'm gonna get stuff together. Just have to get the smaller size. 10's just a little big. Got T40 here. Well, that'll work perfect. There is some Loctite on here already. I'm going to kind of assume that this lines up one way, maybe. Oh, look at that. That is pretty tight right there. Look, there's a little dot in here, and I got a little dot up there. Okay. Let's see if we can get these in here. Started anyway. Right, so we pretty much went from the what it says on here. What we were looking at on the paper was actually for the LS version. All right, so the damper is actually installed, and I probably installed that in an inappropriate way. I actually used this hammer and held it in the middle, and then hit this hammer with this hammer on the back like this to tap that in. I use that method for all of the stock ones. This center portion here is actually steel, so, and it is press fit. Now you can get a tool that will actually bolt down in here, and then you will turn a nut and it'll push it down through with the threads. I believe there's a tool that you could use to do this. This does list a tool on here. Use ATI puller number to remove this. I've already used a like a power steering puller, and removed these 3 bolts here, and it actually pulled this whole assembly off on one piece. Okay, there is different belts that you have to use with that, like I was showing you earlier. I did label these, so I'm going to keep these in with all of my paperwork, so I know what belt number for my alternator and what belt number for my power steering if I have to get other ones. I did apply a little bit more blue thread locker to some of the threads. If you've seen, I did have a brand new crank bolt, so we have that now installed. The alternator, I had to loosen that a lot farther than what you would for like the stock belt. So that's on. I need to get this tightened up. I now have this belt here installed, so we need to get those installed also. Anytime you do rotate your crank, like I said, I space it out. So I rotated my crank around. I put my timing gears straight up and down here where they needed to be. And then this one here, I just kind of put up straight up because it's got the numbers on it. You know, I don't know if that's going to tell me anything or help me. At least I'll be able to see if that's spun is probably the best way, because some people will say these things will actually spin on the crank. I don't know. Never had one. We'll have to wait and see. So I'm going to get the belts on, get my tension set, get my belt up over my power steering. My power steering reservoir is full now of fluid, and we are off to the next part. Basically, I'm picking at stuff, you know. We got the wiring done the other day, so we're pretty much are down to, I got to get a couple fittings here for the back of the intake. I resealed these. I might just plug these off. I don't really think I need these. I need to get a couple washers for this here, or get a different size bolt. I don't need my block off plate because of the way this is going to run. And then I actually got to see how this is going to clear underneath the intake when it's actually installed on the car also, since I think it's going to be right over here in this area. If they had the stock one on and it came out on an angle, it probably fits back in here, but which is cool. I'm not going to see any of this. I probably don't need this adapter. I don't know why they have this. So, but anyway, I probably don't need that. I still need to get some stuff mounted up over here. Temperature sensor, tip sensor. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff to do. Endless. All right. So that pretty much concludes the ATI. We have that now installed, and we're one step closer to getting this assembled.